Getting XP can be a very time-consuming task in Minecraft. So today, I'll be showing you the 5 easiest ways to get XP orbs in Minecraft. These are things you can literally do in under 5 minutes and take little to no resources. So let's get straight into it. Now, number 1 is a basic mob spawner XP farm. So here are all the materials you will be needing for this farm. So first of all, we have a pickaxe just to sort of dig out blocks. Then we have materials to make another pickaxe, just in case this one breaks. You'll need at least 5 torches and 2 water buckets as well. So the hardest part of this farm is definitely going to be finding the monster spawner in the first place, because monster spawners spawn very periodically throughout the world. There's not really a set way to find them unless you use external help. So I think the simplest way is to just explore a bunch of caves until you just find one. You can listen out for the mob sounds as well. You can turn on subtitles, especially for zombies. I mean, if there's a lot of zombies in one area, you'll definitely hear them like really well. So if you just follow that, then you'll probably find a monster spawner pretty quickly. But once you've found yourself a monster spawner, you've pretty much done 90% of the work. Now what we need to do is, first of all, spawn proof the spawner. If you guys don't know how to do that, basically you just want to place torches all around the spawner, because monster spawners can't actually spawn mobs if there's light around. The reason we don't want any mobs to spawn right now is because if they're spawning while we're building the farm, it's gonna be really annoying to deal with. So just keep these torches temporarily, we'll remove them later. Now let's start actually building the farm. So first of all, get rid of any chests in the way. Then you want to completely wall off the spawner so that no mobs are spawning outside of this little like space right here. After that, you're going to dig out a 2-block floor under the monster spawner. So let's just quickly do that right now, just like this. It should look like this, where the spawner is kind of floating above this like 2-block space. Then you're going to go right under the spawner, so directly under the spawner. You're just going to start digging straight down right under the spawner. Now if you're scared about falling into lava, you can also use this strategy where you dig out 2 blocks at once, and basically you're always on the edge of a block, so it'll be really difficult to fall into lava. Just dig out about 5 or 6 blocks. I've actually hit bedrock, so I mean I kind of just got stopped right in my tracks, but that's fine as well. You want to make sure this hole is only 1 block wide. You can see it's 2 blocks wide right now. So you want to make sure the hole is right under the spawner, so patch up this part if you dug it out this way, just like that. So now, as you can see, this is kind of a 1-block hole right below the spawner. Do not make this hole too deep. Again, it should be only 5 or 6 blocks, because if you make it too deep, the monster spawner has only a certain radius. I think it's like 14 blocks or something. So because the mobs will fall down into this hole and you'll be down here killing them, if you're too deep down, then you won't be able to spawn more mobs, and that will be really annoying. Now what you're going to do is you're going to dig out a small room right next to this sort of hole. So just in any direction is fine, really. I'm just going to dig out a small sort of 3x2 hole right here. And the purpose of this hole is that I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna be like hitting the mob's legs as they fall down here. That's just the purpose of this sort of room. And now from this point, we're going to go back to the spawner room, and we're going to need some water. So I'd recommend, like, just outside of the spawner, just create an infinite water source with the 2 water buckets you have. Just like this, so you never have to go back to the surface to get more water. Basically, you want to place water in all 4 corners of the monster spawner room. So just like this, as you can see, we kind of got this like whirlpool effect going on. This is exactly what we want. So the mobs are going to fall down here, and then they're going to be sucked into this hole. But there is a slight problem. As you can see, the water is going into this hole, and it is kind of flooding our killing chamber. If I just go out of here, yeah, we don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a block right next to this hole. I'm going to place a singular fence gate, and as you can see, that already kind of blocks the water. And now I'm going to open it, and as you can see, the water is being blocked, but I'm still able to fall down this hole. So any mobs that fall down here will still be able to fall into the hole, but no water will actually like go in, so it's really good. You can remove this block now since we don't need it anymore. And as the final part of this farm, this is kind of optional, but I recommend putting a singular pointed dripstone right here. Pointed dripstone can be found in dripstone caves, and when you place it on the bottom of this hole, the mobs will actually take more fall damage. So when you're over here in this room, kind of like swiping at their feet, they'll actually be easier to kill. Now, this XP farm is not the most efficient. I mean, it is really good. I mean, you can just break these torches and it's automatically functioning. The skeletons fall down this hole and you can just swipe at their feet right here. But I think there are some even better options out there. So let's take a look at that. If you have access to a village in Minecraft, you might want to try this next way out. Trading with villagers can give you a pretty good amount of XP, especially if you use this one super cheap villager trade, which you can basically use as a free XP farm. The Fletcher villager, which has a fletching table workstation by the way, trades emeralds for sticks. This is an absolute dirt cheap trade. You can simply make a bunch of Fletchers in any given village by placing down fletching tables, make sure all of them have the stick trade, and then just get a ton of wood, convert that into sticks, and you'll be getting XP galore. If one villager runs out of stock, you can simply trade with another one, and another one, and another one. You don't even need to use the Fletcher. You can also use the stonemasons trade of 10 clay balls for an emerald. All you need to do is find clay blocks in a lake and you can be doing the exact same thing. I mean, do you see how much XP I'm getting right now? This does require access to a village though, and getting the resources can be an extra time-consuming factor, so let's move on to another awesome way. Next up, we got the AFK fish farm. This will give you a ton of experience, especially with a lore enchanted fishing rod, so let's just get into how to build it. The materials you'll need are 2 chests, a hopper, a fence, a water bucket, an iron trapdoor, a heavy weighted pressure plate, a note block, and a block of your choice. You want to start out by digging a small 2x1 hole in the ground. That shouldn't be too difficult. This is where you'll place a double chest, or whoa, what? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I don't know why I was doing that. Anyways, as I was saying, you need this double chest right here, and the reason is because you want to collect the loot from when you fish. I mean, you get some crazy loot when you fish. I don't think you'd want to waste that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to break this block right here, and you're going to place your hopper so that it's connected to the chest. If you're curious about how to connect it to the chest, make sure to aim for the side of the chest right here, and then sort of place the hopper on the side of the chest. So aim for it and then place it there, and now this hopper is connected to the chest. After that, you're going to place one fence right above this hopper, so make sure to sneak and then click so you can actually place the fence. Place a heavy weighted pressure plate on top of this fence, and then you're going to place a small thing next to this, so you're going to place a note block and then the block of your choice on top. So we kind of got this sort of thing going on. You're going to place your iron pressure plate, not your iron pressure plate, your iron trap door right here, so you can see it kind of forms a staircase with the pressure plate and the block. And you see this block right here between the hopper and the note block right below the iron trap door. Yeah, we're just going to break that right here. Place some water on the fence so it's waterlogged, and now you want to get a preferably enchanted fishing rod with lore 3, and you want to stand right on top of this double chest. You're going to aim for the iron trap door, so just right here, right at the iron trap door, and you're going to hold down right click. Now, as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm kind of fishing and I'm holding the note block at the same time. So I'm kind of doing both, and it looks kind of weird, but yeah, this is how it should look. And whenever you fish something successfully, the trapdoor will close for a brief second, just like that. And to AFK this farm, it is super simple. All you need to do is unplug your mouse as you're holding right click. So I'm just gonna take my mouse, I'm holding right click right now, I'm just gonna unplug it, and I'm not touching anything right now. It's still like doing the thing. And what's really crazy is that there's actually a second way to get XP from this farm. When you fish, especially if you're using an enchanted fishing rod, you will probably get a bunch of broken enchanted items from fishing. Go to a grindstone block, this is how you craft it, and then you're going to open the grindstone interface. You're going to place the enchanted item right in this slot right here, and then as you can see, the grindstone is disenchanting the item. Now, the reason this is good is because you actually get a small amount of experience every time you disenchant an item. So if you just get a bunch of these enchanted items and then disenchant them in the grindstone, you can get a bunch of XP from that on top of the XP you got from fishing. There is one slight problem though, and that's that this farm doesn't work on Bedrock Edition. So we potentially need to find another alternative. Maybe we shouldn't look for farms. Maybe we should try mining. Yes, you do get quite a bit of XP from mining in Minecraft, but contrary to what you may think, we're not mining in a cave or anything. We're going to head into the Nether dimension, and we're going to be mass mining a very specific resource, Nether Quartz ore. If you guys don't know, mining Nether Quartz ore actually gives you a ton of XP in Minecraft. Nether Quartz spawns super commonly in the Nether, but most commonly in the Nether Wastes biome, so that's probably where you want to go. Over here, it spawns on any Y level as well, so you can just go strip mining in the Nether, or maybe even TNT mining, or just skim the surface. Either way, you will get a ton of experience from all the Nether Quartz, and you potentially might find ancient debris as well, so there's a second benefit. Another way to get experience through mining is the Deep Dark. Mining Skulk in the Deep Dark actually gives you XP. Although it's not a lot for each individual Skulk, guys, there's a lot of Skulk in the Deep Dark. Sure, this biome is pretty rare, but all you'll need is a hoe of any kind. That's literally it. Make sure to be quiet and also to not mine blocks near Skulk Shriekers, since that will set them off. I'd recommend just breaking most of the Skulk Shriekers in the Deep Dark if you can. Remember, if the Skulk Shriekers go off more than 3 times, that will summon the Warden, so you have to be really careful, but it's still one of the best ways to get a lot of XP if you have access to a Deep Dark biome. Again, this biome is crazy rare, and now I saved the best for last. So in the Nether, you're going to be needing to find a Nether Wastes biome. This is what it looks like. It's kind of just a netherrack wasteland, and we're going to be using zombie pigmen for this XP farm since they spawn in numerous amounts in this biome. All you'll need to do is dig a 3x2 hole in the ground just like this, and then make that hole 7 blocks deep. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just make it that deep, just like that. If you do run into lava, then build somewhere else, but I think we're fine here. Again, dig out a small sort of room next to this thing, next to this hole. So this is the area where we can kill the pigmen when they fall here. This is another view just so you can see what I'm talking about. You can see we got the hole, and then we got this little killing room. Again, the killing room can be any size, just make sure that the mobs can't get in. So let's just say I was a mob right here and I fell into this hole. I should not be able to get into this room. At the bottom of this hole, you can again place pointed dripstone, and this will help the mobs take more fall damage as they come down. It'll make them easier to kill. Now going back to the top of the hole, you're going to place some trap doors on one side of the hole, just like this. Place a 2-block high wall. So just kind of like this, kind of follow what I'm doing right here. You can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of building it so it's surrounding the hole, and the wall is only covering these 3 sides. It's not covering the side with the trapdoors, because this is where we want the pigmen to fall. This should lead directly into the killing room right here, and we're going to place a ladder just so you can easily get in and out. So if I ever want to get in, I can just, use the ladder, and if I want to get out, I can just leave. Do put a trapdoor on top of this little hole so that, no pigmen can get into here. So now it's really simple. All you're going to do is you're simply going to shoot a pigman anywhere nearby, and as you can see, they're all getting angry at me, and what they're going to do is they're going to crowd around here, but if I lead them over here, as you can see, they're kind of falling into this hole, because in Minecraft, pigmen think that the trapdoor is actually a block they can stand on, so they're all going to fall down into this hole trying to catch me. So just make sure to lead them over here by standing on the edge of this wall, and they can't hit you. They can't hit you. You're completely safe. You can even just nudge them into the hole if you want. So now you can see all these pigmen are in this hole down here, and if we just go down into the killing chamber, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention this. This is really important. You want to make sure right next to the hole, where the hole meets the killing room, you want to place some slabs. Yeah, if there's some baby pigmen and there's no slabs right here, they can just walk right through this hole and be in the killing room, and that's not what you want. So make sure to place some slabs right here. Anyways, as I was saying, we got all these pigmen down here, so we can just start attacking them and just getting a bunch of free XP. I mean, there are a bunch of them down here, so we can just keep, chopping at their feet. So yeah, and once you're done and there's no more pigmen here, you can just sort of wait out here for more pigmen to spawn. They should spawn eventually. You can see there's already some more spawning over here. And yeah, you can just wait until then and then shoot them with a bow again to get even more XP. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.